Must I do everything myself? Fine, I'll handle this. Sometimes I wish I'd learned more about lockpicking.
The Guild of Steel is for members only. If you need armor, try Akram's store.
Urshak, try outside the main doors into the guild. Follow this path and continue on up the stairs and you'll find... I hear that Rabath pays a high price for pork.
Are you the head of the Guild of Silk?
That depends on who is asking. Are you an assassin?
If I was, would I tell you?
Ha! I like you, stranger. My name is Urshak.
Call me Jasker.
Please, ask your questions.
I need to get a message to a noble house in Kyalisar.
Which house?
Malfagon. They were friends of mine.
Sadly, with Thol besieged, none of my merchants could possibly deliver a message. We're trapped like rats until the siege is broken. What do you need?
How's business?
Alas, 'tis a bad time to be a Tholian merchant. The city is surrounded by a horde of nomads, intent on sacking it. Terrible things lurk in the shadows of the catacombs. On the other hand, Guild of Silk profits are up this quarter. Nothing like a siege to drive up the price of food, huh? Please, ask your questions.
How long can you bear the siege?
Hard to say, really. Possibly a year? If a sandstorm forces the nomads to retreat, even longer. Not to mention that the Intendant is an excellent gate weaver. He may have means to help us beyond even this. It's an inconvenience, but there are bigger dangers within the walls than without. What do you need?
What do you know of Duke Darmok?
Less than I'd want, more than I'd like. He overthrew my father as Intendant. I had no love for my father, but he was bloodkin, you know? I do not trust the Duke, and not just because he's in the Order of the Veil. Everyone knows the Order is just a thin veneer of respectability the Inquisition uses to cloak its institutional corruption. Thole would be better off without him.
I know both the man and his liege. You're wise to distrust him.
How can I help?
The siege will soon be over, I'm sure.
It's a terrible time to be a merchant. If the nomads don't get us, the aphotic spiders will.
Bloody locked doors.
Thou art already dead.
At last, another soul. You must help me.
Thy premise is flawed, but thou mayest continue.
I am, or was, at least, a scrying mage. I foolishly let my husband use my skills to help him steal from the Guild of Silk. He forbade me from joining the Order, but I didn't want to stay in Thole my whole life. Although, as it turns out, that's exactly what did happen.
What dost thou want?
To be at peace. To be avenged against my murderous husband. On my body is a rare piece of silk my husband stole. If you show it to the captain of the guards, his thievery will be revealed, and I will be avenged. Will you take the evidence to the guards, and
As thou wishest, spirit. Where art thy body?
ask my drunken husband, Taupe? I'll bet he's desperate for someone to dispose of it.
Ask me no questions. I shall tell thee no lies. Dost thou accept this pact?
Aye.
Excellent. The first pact is made. Take this and pour it upon the boxes outside the Guild of Steel. Do as I ask. Thou shalt gather up to 1/10 more souls. Dost thou accept this pact?
Aye.
Excellent. The second pact is made. Fare thee well, cousin.
Damn, the pact!
It is done. Thou completed thy pact. Fare thee well, cousin.
Weapons, armor, supplies, the best prices, unbeatable quality.
This puddle of fetid lask. It's barely worth selling.
Ah, believe me, it is well worth selling. Perhaps you mean it is barely worth buying.
Now just shut up and let me shop, imbecile. What can you tell me about Thule?
Tell you what, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I need to collect the weekly tariffs from Wani and Rabbi Thantesed, only they're never keen to pay up. Someone like you could compel their compliance rather well, don't you think? If you get the money, I'll tell you something useful. Weapons, armor, supplies. Come back soon. You came back? What?
How's the siege affected Thule?
Many fled before it began, but my guild and the Guild of Steel are rather stuck here. It's not exactly a ghost town, but it's eerie seeing the old hostel abandoned. No one's been inside since, well, since I don't know when. You came back? What? Always a pleasure.
What's this? Corpses. Urshak. And a human.
Pathetic! I shall handle this myself.
Come on then. Let's get this over with.
Weapons, armor, supplies.
Know anything about the corpses in the hostel?
This is the first I've heard of this. The other merchants had more to do with the hostel than I did, though. You came back? Wonderful.
You know about a Sura mercenary in Thule?
Don't know anything useful about that, I'm afraid, but I'll bet someone in town does. Weapons, armor, supplies, excellent. Come back soon.
I'm here to collect the tariff for Morphew.
Already? I just paid them last week.
Be quick about it, my time is worth more than your life.
Just take it and be on your way, thug. Your customers always... Surely, my friend, you tire of trawling the city streets in search of someone to buy your unwanted goods. Look no further. I will buy quality goods from...
I want to know about the corpses in the old hostel.
There are dead bodies in that place. Honestly, you'd think someone from the guild would have noticed. I suppose the building has been abandoned for a while now. Haven't seen anyone go inside since the siege started. Ah, what do you have for me?
You know about a Sura mercenary in Thule?
I remember seeing the Sura mercenary talking to Feyruz before he left. And Feyruz looked mighty pleased about it too. Please, if you speak to Feyruz, don't mention I said anything. I want nothing to do with the Sura, now or ever. Bring your unwanted goods to me. Think of me when you have goods you do not need.
I'm here for the tariff.
Oh, is it time for that already? Very well, here you go.
Ha! Easy money.
Take care, friend.
Morphew sent me to get your tariff.
Ah, I had wondered about that. Please, give Morphew my regards.
Sure, but that'll cost you extra.
You are always welcome here.
No one beats me on price, friend.
I want to know about the corpses in the old hostel.
I don't know anything about that. Ask Rabat. He dealt with the owner.
No one beats me on...
You know about a Sura mercenary in Thule?
No, I don't know anything about that.
You seem a little too certain.
I said I don't know anything. Now, if you aren't buying anything, be on your way. Best weapons in the Outlands are right here. May all your endeavors be...
These are dangerous times for one without sufficient protection. Come, sample my fine way.
You know about a Sura mercenary in Thule?
Can't tell you anything about the Sura, I'm afraid. I never get too close to them. When you've been a merchant for as long as I have, you learn when to keep your distance from their kind. Helms, mail, praise...
Did Feyruz deal with the Sura?
I don't really know what Feyruz gets up to, but he sure had a lot of silver on him that day the Sura was in town. You don't think... No, forget I asked. I don't want to know. Back again, I see. May you prevail in all your battles, my friend.
Ah, what do you have for me? Your customers are always welcome.
Weapons, armor, supply...
Here you go.
You have my gratitude. So much easier than trying to negotiate with those jackals myself. You wanted information. I can tell you this. If you want to get into the Guild of Steel, Urshak can get you into the cellar. But beware, as the guild has some vicious traps down there. Weapons, armor, supplies, excellent prices. Come back soon. Welcome, welcome.
You know about a Sura mercenary in Thule?
I wasn't even in town when it happened. You'll have to ask elsewhere. Back so soon? Good, good.
Did Fairuz deal with the Surah?
I wouldn't put it past him, but I'm afraid I've no idea what happened that day. Welcome, welcome. You are always welcome here.
You have the look of one who is no stranger to battle. I have all the tinctures and tonics you could need.
You know about a Surah mercenary in Thule?
He came through the gates, went to the hostel, and left. That's all I know, really. I was just glad to see him leave town, to be honest. Everything you need to soothe your wound.
Did Fairuz deal with the Surah?
No doubt about it. That Surah definitely gave something to Fairuz before leaving town. But if he asks, you didn't hear that from me. Everything you need to soothe your wound. Be safe.
No one beats me on
Your deal with the Surah. Tell me what it was and I'll spare your life.
Don't hurt me. I just arranged the messenger, I swear. Kench, the woman who ran the hostel, she asked me to get a message to the one-eyed Surah warrior. He paid me in silver for informing him. But I was only doing what Kench asked of me. You have my word. Best weapons in the Outlands are right here.
Tell me what Kench wanted from the Surah.
She sold him out. The Ishkai, who was living there, betrayed him to save her own neck. You wouldn't know to look at her, but Kench brokered contracts for mercenaries all around the heretic kingdoms. Before she came to Thole, she hired the one-eyed Surah, but the job went sour. Her employer was slain, and the Surah was never paid. If there's one thing you don't do in the mercenary business, it's welsh on a debt to a Surah warrior. I guess she saw handing over the Ishkai as a way to wipe out her debts. Best weapons in the Outlands. Come back when you need more armor.
Urshak, come out from whence thee hides. Thou hast misplaced thy trust in thy friend, Kench. She betrayed thee. Yet another letter. So, she didst not betray thee, and thou hast guarded her fallen remains since thy deaths. How touching. Come, spirit. Thy vigil has ended. Join me. That soul is mine now!
This Ishkai is an impressive sniper.
Indeed, more impressive than thou, mortal.
If only you had no tongue, demon.